welcome back to Hometown Happenings. I'm here with Nate. We're at Ashburn's Animals. It's a petting zoo, and I have a snake in my hand. This is kind of weird. And who's this fellow next to us?
This is Poppy. She is a juvenile fainting goat.
Oh, it's the girl.
Yes, she and her sister Iris is over there. They came to the farm a couple weeks ago as babies. And their mother had passed away at the previous home, and they came to us, after being bottle fed, and they actually adopted one of our father goats, sort of as a surrogate father, and so they've been following him around this entire petting zoo.
Oh wow! And this snake, tell me about him. He's falling out of my hands.
Yep. So this is Roosevelt. Roosevelt is what's called a snow corn snake. Roosevelt is one of our most recent residents that have come in. So we pretty much take in anything but cats and dogs, horses, llamas, goats, sheep, alpacas, birds, including reptiles. So he came to us from actually a friend of mine. She had got him as a rescue. He was dehydrated and thin. She fattened him up to the point where he's, a healthy snake, very curious, very active, and she really wanted to see him go to a home that could get him to interact with people and be able to spend more time with them. So we're able to use him for things like this, for education and for outreach.
Great, and I know you have a lot of animals here. So they have goats, they have llamas, and they all have interesting stories. They have turtles even. So tell me about, I know that there are a few rare animals that you have here that you told me about earlier. Can you tell me about those ones?
Yeah, so we actually have two zebus, spelled Z-E-B-U. They're an African cattle, the smallest variety of cattle in the world. And they don't get very big. So Owen back there, he's about 10 years old, full grown. Itsy Bitsy is about 3 to 4 years old, and she's almost full grown, almost as big as Owen. Those guys actually came from Lake Tobias. We use those guys for educational purposes, for bringing to petting zoos. We are a non-profit rescue, so we rely on donations and events like this to help fund ourselves. Everything goes straight back into the animals to pay for feed, medical bills, and the sorts.
That's amazing that they have something like this, because I know that there's a lot of animal shelters and they take in cats and dogs, but you take in everything but cats and dogs.
Yeah, we don't have the facilities to house as many cats and dogs that are out there, and we really realize that there's sort of a niche market for rescuing these animals, and like I said, every single one of them has their own unique story. Some have come to us from abuse and neglect, and others have come from loving homes that just can't care for these animals anymore, or want to see them live a better life with us.
Well, these animals out here, they love kids, and if you come by to the People's Choice, make sure you stop by the petting zoo and get all the love from these animals. Hey, I think we're going to weather next, but Joe Murgo is here, so let's go to break.